Hey everybody, it's Rachel with Rachel Q Stitches and welcome to my channel. Today is Tuesday, April 1st, 2025, and this is Flosstube number 127. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. This is a channel mostly about cross stitch. Every now and then I might throw in some quilting or crochet or some other stitchy goodness. But for the most part, it's cross stitch. So welcome. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all of my returning viewers. I know I've been out for a while, and so those of you that have jumped right on board and come back and watch me, I really, really appreciate it. Okay, so this week I did not get a lot of stitching done. You remember last week I was sick. I'm gonna update y'all now. I went for my thyroid appointment and my thyroid doctor was like, you need to get you to a clinic. So I went to the walk-in clinic, ended up having the thing that we had, in 2020. I ended up having that. One of the girls had that. And so I was out, y'all. This one just knocked me out for probably a good 2 or 3 days. I was in bed. I didn't do a whole lot of stitching. I did some, but I did a whole lot of floss organizing. My husband would get home and I had stuff spread all over the bed, And so did a lot of that and not a whole lot of stitching. I'm still coughing. But I did some stitching and I didn't write down everything. So I had to sit there and try to remember what it was that I did while I was sick. So better now, sort of. I don't know. This thing just lingers forever. I feel like I'm always got something going on. But anyway, girls are fine. Everybody's fine. We're good. But I still got this upper respiratory thing that I think I've had for a couple of months now. Anyhow, so I did some stitching, but not a lot. But it is April 1st, and I did want to come on and kind of wrap up March and begin April and show you my plans for April. So I got my book, and let's just get started. So March whip go. I did not work my second week on Princess Eliana. I'm kind of sad about that. But it was one of those projects that I just could not focus on with my head all the way it was. So Princess Eliana did not get worked on. That was a whip go piece. So March whip go is packed up and gone for the most part. I might still pull some stuff out and work on it. But anyway, so March whip go is wrapped up. So one of the things that I worked on was my Pinker and Pumpkin. This is a monthly project that I'm doing where I'm taking a different house from the Pinker and Pumpkin blog, and I'm stitching it in the style of kind of Hawk Run Hollow-ish type. So this is what I'm doing right here. This is March's Cottage. I have not picked out April's yet, so I'll probably pick that out today or tomorrow. Now, March. Let's talk about March. I had to rip out what I stitched in the house because I stitched it in the wrong color and I could not remember what wrong color I used. So I ripped it all out. I think it was probably the same as this because this is a $ symbol and this is a number 3 and I probably got them mixed up. So I basically ripped all the little house out and started stitching it again. So that's all I got for March. So let's look at January, February, and March. This is what I have. Now, I think I'm doing 3 and 4. I'm going to map out, see if I can get 4 going down. And then, so that means April will probably start underneath January. So that is my Pinker and Pumpkin house. That is stitched on a 14 count oatmeal Aida that I had in my stash. Okay, so the second thing I worked on was my Autumn Street. This is by My Brave Stitch on Etsy right here. And I'm kind of doing a color completion. What I'm doing with this is I'm choosing just colors around the where I've already, ooh, look at that. Hold up. The needle is holding the fold together. Okay. So this is what I have right here. So it's coming, popping up a little bit more. So basically what I'm doing is I'm picking around this area a color and I complete as much of it as I can. Sometimes I finish out a whole color just by moving, you know, around, but that's just kind of what I'm doing. I'm just trying to get this. And now that I look at it in the camera, I can actually see buildings. Look at that. So, look, little road. It's weird how you can see it better when you're not like the looking at it up close. But anyway, so this is, let me see the stats on this. This is, I did 381 stitches. This is on 14 count. So this is what I'll refer to as my easy stitch, because I can just, I don't know, it's a 14 count, you know, it's a little bit easier on the eyes. So I did 381 stitches, and I have a total of 3,305 stitches done, and it's at 24.86%. So there it is. I think it's looking good. I like my method for this. Is like I said, I just pick a color around that area, and I stitch as much of it as I can to color complete. Some of the colors I complete, and some I'm like, nope, that's too far, not doing that. Okay, so the next thing I did is my books of the Bible. This is by My Big Toe Designs. I am doing this in fancy floss, but what I'm doing is I am stitching each book of the Bible as I read it or listen to it. And I'm reading through the Bible chronologically, so it's gonna kind of skip around a little bit, but this is what I'm doing. I'm sticking with the DMC for the line, but each book of the Bible is going to be in a purple fancy floss. And my goal, which, you know, if you saw last week, you know, is to have each genre of the Bible stitched a different purple. We'll see how that goes. See if I can continue that. Now, we just finished the book of Joshua. And so I have not stitched it yet because I was trying to get the this little flower part right here done before I stitch Joshua. And so I'm probably going to work on that a little bit today and hopefully get Joshua stitched. But I worked on this, working on these scallops and that little flower right there. So I went ahead and filled in the second row. I'm leaving dots every 10th just to help me with counting, make sure I have everything right. So that's what I have done. This is done on a 28 count linen from Hobby Lobby. So there you go. So hope I'll get Joshua, and I think we'll probably even finish with Judges this week, because I'm trying to think of, probably so, either this week or next week. We'll finish with Judges. But that is my books of the Bible. I did 231 stitches this week for a total of 1,515 stitches and 12.32% complete. Not bad, not bad. Okay, the next one is my stitching shelf. This is by Amy Stewart, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. I have the Max Color regular size version. Grab it. I am doing this on a 20 count Aida, and I'm working on it seasonally. So I did start at the top for spring, and for this one I did 484 stitches, and I'm at 981 stitches total for a total of 0.26%. So this is what I did. So this right here, you can see this big part. This is all one color. So that's why I got quite a bit of stitching done. I was able to do this. Since I'm working on my floss and getting it organized, I was able to find like this little, the first stitch in the corner. I was able to find that floss and get it in there. So there you go. And then I went all the way down here, and I believe this is where spring ends. So I mean, I still have what, until, what's the first day of summer? First day of summer is June 20th. So I still have until June 20th to get all the way down here and try to fill in as much as I can. I really would love to get 1,000 stitches a week. That's a lot. 100 stitches a day is really what I should shoot for, but I was so grateful this was like a big clump. And like right here, there's a big swath of 310 that I'm thinking about just one day just filling it all in, because it'll go fast. It'll give me stitches. It needs to be stitched anyway. So I'm thinking about doing that one day this week. Just get all that 310 stitched. It'll also give me a lot of reference points for when I want to carry. Okay, so that was stitching shelf. The next up is Doreen Jones Butterfly. And y'all, I'm sorry. I'll put the hashtag down there. I don't remember what it is. This is Butterflies and Flowers. This is, several people are doing this. Let me see. I'm not even going to attempt. I know Amy Renewing Stitches. Hold on, I got it last week. Amy Renewing Stitches. Laura Stitching by the Shore. Karen the Stitching Hour. And there's another lady that I just started watching, and I don't have her name, but I'll go ahead and put her down below. They're all stitching it together, and so I decided to join in. I don't know if I'm going to be doing these corners. I'm just going to see what it looks like and how I feel once I finish the circle. So, excuse me. Hold up. Okay, so this is Doreen Jones Butterfly. This is being done on a 18 count Aida. And so what I did was, let me see, let me find my little thing. 509 stitches total this week. No, 200 stitches total. A total of 509 stitches for 2.60% complete. And so basically I outlined all these little wings right here, and now I'm filling them in. I don't think I'm going to outline the whole thing and then fill in, so I'm just kind of like, I had a long strand of 310 for some reason, and I just outlined all those wings right there. So I think that's what I'm going to do, is just fill all these wings in, and then maybe outline some more wings, fill in, outline more, and I think that's how I'm going to work. But I do want to work, you know, around the whole butterfly. So I think that's what I'm going to end up doing. So pretty. Love it, love it. Okay, and then the last thing that I worked on, I think that's the last thing. Yeah, was gathering eggs. This is a Stitch Along by Red Stitchery, I believe it is. Anyway, this is a Nora Corbett Mirabilia chart. I got mine out of this magazine, and if you're looking for it, usually the magazine is cheaper than the pattern because it is out of print. I'm doing this on a, I believe it's a 28 count. It might be 36, not quite sure. It's a mystery piece that I had, but I measured it for 28 count and it fit. So anyway, so here's what I did. I worked up here, filled all this in, did some of the green, the pink, just kind of, I'm trying to find large blocks of color and just stitching them. I think this week I'm going to try to do all this part right here, just to, I want to go across. Like this right here is where the border is going to be. So I want to go across and make sure I at least have across, you know, the border. I think I'll be fine, but, you know, just want to make sure. Yeah, this is a piece I got at a thrift store, and it was just the perfect size. And so I was like, well, you can see the masking tape on the side. So that's it. So this is a kind of a stitch along. We're going to end in April 20th. It's the last day the stitch along officially ends. And so I'm just going to work on it every week until Easter and see how that goes. Okay, so that's my stitching. All right, let's talk about Whip Go for April. Whip Go for April is Ironwork Gate and Anna Green Gables. Okay, so I have all my Whip Go, my stuff right here. All right. So before I talk about that, well, it's kind of a blending. I am doing Springo. So normally I don't do stuff like this because I don't stitch every day. Usually weekends are a little hard for me to stitch, but I've decided that this month I'm going to try to stitch every day, at least an hour. I can do it on Sundays. Get back from church, drop the girls off at their parents' house. I can stitch for an hour. Saturdays after the girls leave, I need to stitch for an hour. And so I decided I was going to do Springo. Now this is on the Magazine Monthly Challenge Facebook group. And so here's my board. This is done a little bit different than like Bringo or AB Singo, I think it's called. But I have just decided to jump in. It just looked like fun. I watch a couple of people that do these kind of challenges and whatnot. And I was like, yeah, let me give it a shot. So anyway, so here's my Springo board. So today I'm going to show you exactly what each piece is. Now I do have my two Whip Go pieces on here. So Whip Go is going to be a little different for me this month. So you won't see, like normally you'll see the first half, you'll see one of my Whip Go pieces, and the second half you'll see the other one. This is going to be different. So this is kind of exciting. So the first one is S for spring. And I am doing that for Anne Shirley. And that is for my Anna Green Gables piece. I guess I also could have done it for Stitch and Book Club. But anyway. So this is it right here. So this is something that I really, really want to finish this year. So I'm hoping with it being on Springo and Whip Go that I will get some work done on it. I was missing a couple of colors. I have them now. And so I'm hoping to really, really finish this year. I think I have it on Whip Go 3 times, and it's already been called once. So hopefully I can get some work done on it. Okay, the second one is P, and that's I'm using Papillon, which is French for butterfly. So that's a butterfly that I just showed. I've been working on that almost at least 2 or 3 times a week. Not daily, but at least 2 or 3 times a week, I'll pick it up and work on it. So that's what I'm going to do for P. Or, I'm excited about this one. This is also on my Whip Go board, but it was not called this month. Let me move my book out the way. Or, I am doing this for Regal or Royal or whatever you want to call it. But that is my Pageant Kings right here. I haven't worked on this in a while. This is from the premiere issue of Treasures in Needlework, if you're interested. And I'm doing this on a blue 28 count that I hand dyed. This needle's about to fall. And this is all I have done right here. So I want to get some work done on it. I would love to finish his little tunic, robe, whatever. I would love to get that done. So that is my, I call it the 3 Kings, but it's Pageant Kings. Don't Google that. So that is Pageant Kings. Let me see if I can find the picture again. So yeah, so here's the picture. So I want to work, I would love to get to the bottom of his little robe right here. I'm not using a whole lot of the specialty fibers unless, there's a lot of specialty fibers in there. A lot. I am making a lot of substitutions, just kind of using what I have. And so that's just kind of how that's working. All right. I is Ironwork Gate. If you've been here for a while, you'll know that I found this piece partially finished at a creative reuse store. Found out what the chart was, and I have been working on it. So this is Ironwork Gate. This is also my Whip Go call for this month. So, oh wait, let me show you. Hold on, let me show you what it's going to look like. Yeah, this is what it's going. It's by Barbara and Cheryl. I am falling in love with their charts. I found a couple of them at a thrift store, and I had to grab them. They're so pretty. So that's Ironwork Gate. So my goal this month, I would love to have most of this finished. I don't know if I'll have all of it finished. It is Whip Go, so I can work on it on any day. It doesn't have to just be on a day that it's called. So I would love to get this part finished right here, this little column. I really want to start working up here. I would love to finish this year, but I think in order to do so, I need to pull it out more than just when it's a Whip Go call. It's so pretty, so pretty. Says Ironwork Date, that's I. N is my nativity. This is the Nativity by Donna Gelsinger. Do I have a picture of it? here. And I am working this on 18 count. It is huge. And I am using CXC fibers. And this is where I'm at. I'm in the lower left, lower right hand corner. So this is where I'm at right here. So I'm hoping to get a chunk of it done if it gets called. And hopefully move along. The G is for gathering eggs. Y'all just saw that. And so hopefully I can get more work done on that. And the last one is O, and I'm working on ornaments, and that's my 12 Days of Christmas. And I do not have a picture of it because it's the Shannon Christine 12 Days of Christmas. I'm on day 4. And so I would love to finish day 4. Love to finish day 4. I have day 1, day 2, and day 3. So you can see when I finish those. Oh yeah. Okay. So I would love to finish day 4. Get that done. Maybe even start day 5. We'll see. I have this in a bag, y'all. I made a project bag. Look at this. I found a really neat pattern that uses the back, brings the back up front to put the binding on. So it's not, it's self-binding. So I don't have to put little bindings on. I used a lace zipper. So I could just sew that right on top. Nice, nice, fun. I think I need to make me some more because it was really fun and it went really fast. So there's my little project. It's a little Christmas one. So that's my ornaments. Anyway, so that is my Springo. That is what I'm doing for Springo. And anyway, so that's my April plans. I have 2 things that I purchased. I needed some floss, and if you heard my story, my Joann's is closing, obviously, and my Michaels and my Hobby Lobby have greatly reduced the amount of DMC floss they have by the number. Like these Hobby Lobby and Michaels used to both have a full set. I could go and get any number, and they both like half, and so I guess they carry the most common colors. So I had to make an order on 1, 2, 3 Stitch. I know with all the floss I have, you'd think I would have these colors, but I didn't. So I'm not paying $4 shipping for 4 skeins of floss. So I got me some patterns. And every year I want to stitch a nativity. I love nativities. My mom had a really pretty nativity that I put out every year. I see one that we forgot to put up and we just kind of leave it up. I have another nativity that I stitched by Imaginating, oh gosh, a couple of years ago that I absolutely love. So I want to stitch a nativity a year. And so I picked up this one. This is by Kira Lynn's Needle Arts. And this is it right here. Y'all can see it. I thought it was cute. And then, of course, I had to have Nativity Tiny Town. Cute. I probably won't make it a drum. I'll probably frame it like this. So this is going to be my 2025 Nativity stitch right here. And then I'll probably do this one next year. So anyway, so that is what I have. So that's it. Okay. So that's all my stitching. If that's all you're here for, thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. I have a few minutes of personal stuff. So yeah, so I'm better. Still have this respiratory thing. Y'all, I feel like I've been dealing with this since like November. I just can't see. My daughter's like, Mom, you're always sick. I'm like, I know. I just can't seem to get rid of this. Taking my vitamins, eating right, all kinds of stuff. I just cannot seem to get rid of this. Anyway, it's bugging me. So a couple of weeks ago, my husband and I were in church, and I texted my daughter and I said, hey, I have your mail, because they still get mail here. And she lives in the apartments by church. I said, I have your mail. You know, if you want your mail, I can bring it by after church. I said, do you want me to leave it by your door? She goes, no, I want to show you something. So I said, okay. And I think I knew what it was. I told my husband, I know what it is. I know what it is. She's engaged. Yay! We've been known for a couple of weeks. Actually, her boyfriend talked to us Christmas Day, and we were like, yes, 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 yes. We love him. His name is Aaron, like my older son, so it's kind of a weird thing. But he signs everything Lydia's Aaron, so that's kind of cute. But anyway, they're engaged. We're so excited. I'm going to try to pop a picture of them here. They don't have official engagement pictures done yet. And I asked her, I said, do I have to wait till your official engagement pictures are out? She goes, no, you can tell people. But I do have a picture of my husband and I that day that we went to see her. Yes, I told my husband in church, I said, she has something she wants to show us. I said, how much you want to bet he proposed? And so anyway, so she's so excited. They're not sure exactly when. They're trying to figure out if they want to do something big or small. Both of our sons had very small weddings. Like our oldest son, it was our son, his wife, our pastor, and my husband and I, and that was it. Our middle child, our youngest son, parents, grandparents, siblings, that was it. So she's trying to decide what she wants to do. She's been in a lot of weddings, and so she doesn't want to like diss her friends, but at the same time, you know, they don't want to spend a lot of money. So they're trying to figure all that out before they set an actual date in stone. So we're just waiting for that. But we're so excited. We love him so much. He is so wonderful. He's got a great job. You know, he graduated from college. What was it? It'll be 2 years, I think, in May. They've been together 3 years. It'll be 3 years. And they, you know, she's got a great job. And so they've done it good. They've done it good. But anyway, so we're thrilled for her. We are so thrilled for them, both of them. We're thrilled for both of them. Although I keep telling them, it's not too late. You can turn around and run now whenever she does something goofy. But anyway, he's wonderful. We love him. So we're excited to have him in the family. But anyway, so she's engaged. So that's been my news. I've been holding it in, been wanting to shout it from the rooftops because I'm so happy for her. But anyway, so that's all I have this week. Thank you so much for stopping by. Like I said, if you're not subscribed, if you're new here and not subscribed, please subscribe. I really appreciate it. But I will see you guys next week. Lord willing, happy stitching, everybody. Bye-bye.